Hey there, trivia lovers! Welcome to Gusser Quiz, where learning meets fun. Today, we're diving into a trivia journey about American history, culture, and fun facts that will blow your mind. Grab a notebook, test your knowledge, and let's get started. What company is credited with creating the first modern automobile? Ford Motor Company. Fun fact: Henry Ford's Model T, introduced in 1908, made cars affordable for the masses, changing transportation forever. Who invented the first successful telegraph system? Samuel Morse. Did you know? His invention revolutionized long-distance communication and laid the groundwork for the telephone. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? 1776, 1778, or 1780? It's 1776, the year of the Declaration of Independence. While it was officially approved on July 4th, most delegates actually signed it on August 2nd. A little historical twist, right? United States. Who was the first female vice president of the United States? Kamala Harris. Educational note: elected in 2020, she is also the first person of South Asian descent to hold this historic role. All right, next question. Which city served as the very first capital of the United States? Chicago, Los Angeles, or New York City? And the correct answer is New York City. Fun fact: it was the first U.S. capital, but only from 1789 to 1790. A short but historic run. Who was on the $1 bill? George Washington. Fun fact: the design of the $1 bill hasn't changed much since 1963, a classic that stands the test of time. What year was the first Super Bowl played? 1965, 1967, or 1970? And the answer is 1967. Fun fact: it was played between the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs, kicking off the biggest sporting event in America. All right, next question. Who is known as the father of the Constitution? Think carefully on this one. Ready for the answer? It's James Madison. Here's a quick educational tidbit. James Madison played a vital role in drafting and promoting both the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Talk about leaving a legacy. Who was the first African-American woman to win an Oscar? Hattie McDaniel. She won in 1940 for her role in Gone with the Wind. What is the U.S. motto found on currency? In God we trust. Educational note: it became the official motto in 1956, reflecting the nation's values and beliefs. Who is on the $2 bill? Thomas Jefferson. Fun fact: the $2 bill is one of the rarest denominations in circulation, with its reverse side depicting the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Which U.S. city hosted the 1996 Summer Olympics? Atlanta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, or Alpharetta, Georgia? And the answer is Atlanta, Georgia. Did you know? It was delivered during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, becoming a defining moment in the civil rights movement. What's the name of the famous U.S. landmark gifted by France in 1886? The Statue of Liberty. Here's a fun fact: this iconic symbol of freedom and democracy was actually constructed in France before making its grand journey across the Atlantic to New York. What a gift! Who was on the $5 bill? Abraham Lincoln. Fun fact: the reverse side of the $5 bill features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a tribute to his legacy. What bird is the national symbol of the United States? The bald eagle. Did you know? It was chosen in 1782 for its long life, strength, and majestic appearance. Perfect traits for representing the nation. What are the colors of the American flag? Red, white, and blue. Fun fact, the 50 stars represent the states, and the 13 stripes stand for the original colonies, a symbol of unity and history. Next up, a sporty one. Which sport is famously known as America's pastime? Cricket, baseball, or stickball? It's baseball. Here's a cool fact. The first official baseball game was played all the way back in 1846 in Hoboken, New Jersey. Talk about a home run in history. Who led the famous "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963? Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., or George Washington? The answer is Martin Luther King Jr. Did you know? It was delivered during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, becoming a defining moment in the Civil Rights Movement. What year did women in the United States gain the right to vote? 1920, 1925, or 1930? And the answer is 1920. Fun fact. The 19th Amendment granted women's suffrage after decades of tireless activism, marking a major victory for equality. Who is on the $10 bill? Alexander Hamilton. Fun fact, he's the only non-president featured on a currently circulating U.S. bill, a true founding father. All right, here's a big one. What is the largest state in the United States by area? Texas, New York, or Alaska? The answer is Alaska. Fun fact, it was just 272 words long, but it's one of the most iconic speeches in history. What company created the iPhone in 2007? Apple Incorporated. Fun fact, Steve Jobs unveiled it as a revolutionary product, combining a phone, an iPod, and internet communication all in one. Who invented the airplane? The Wright brothers? Orville and Wilbur Wright. Educational note, their first flight lasted just 12 seconds on December 17, 1903, but it changed the world forever. Next question coming up. Which national park is home to the famous geyser, Old Faithful? The answer is Yellowstone National Park. Here's an educational note. Yellowstone isn't just famous for Old Faithful. It's also the first national park in the world, established back in 1872. A true natural wonder. Who directed the blockbuster film Jaws in 1975? Steven Spielberg. Educational note. It's considered the first summer blockbuster in movie history, changing the film industry forever. Who is on the $20 bill? Andrew Jackson. Fun fact, there were plans to replace Jackson with Harriet Tubman, but the redesign has not yet been implemented. Who founded Microsoft in 1975? Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Did you know? Microsoft's first product was a basic interpreter for the Altier 8800, kicking off a tech revolution. A river question. What river forms the natural border between Texas and Mexico? The answer is the Rio Grande. Did you know? The Rio Grande stretches over 1,800 miles and has been a key boundary since the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848. That's one historic river. Which American singer is known as the king of rock and roll? Elvis Presley. Did you know? His Graceland estate is a National Historic Landmark, preserving the legacy of this rock legend. What city is considered the birthplace of jazz? The answer is New Orleans. Fun fact: jazz originated in the late 19th century, combining African and European musical traditions to create a unique sound. Next question takes us to the moon. Who was the first man on the moon? It was Neil Armstrong. And when did it happen? 1965, 1969, or 1971? The answer is 1969. Here's a famous quote: "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Truly a historic moment. Which U.S. state has the most national parks? Florida, Kentucky, and California. It's California. Fun fact: it boasts 9 national parks, including iconic spots like Yosemite and Joshua Tree, nature lovers' paradise. What is the deepest lake in the United States? Crater Lake in Oregon. Educational note: in 1947, he broke the color barrier by joining the Brooklyn Dodgers, paving the way for future generations. Who is considered the poet of democracy? Walt Whitman. Educational note: his iconic work, Leaves of Grass, celebrated the American spirit and diversity, capturing the essence of the nation. What is the smallest U.S. state by area? Rhode Island. Did you know? It's known as the Ocean State because of its extensive coastline, perfect for beach lovers. Who is on the $50 bill? Ulysses S. Grant. Fun fact: the reverse side of the $50 bill features the U.S. Capitol building, a symbol of American democracy. Here's a tech question: what is the largest technology hub in the U.S.? The answer is Silicon Valley, California. Fun fact: it was just 272 words long, but it's one of the most iconic speeches. What's the name of the famous speech Abraham Lincoln delivered during the Civil War? The Gettysburg Address. Fun fact: it was only 272 words, but is one of the most iconic speeches in history. Which amendment abolished slavery in the United States? The 13th Amendment. Educational note: ratified on December 6, 1865, it marked a monumental step forward in American history. Next question: which famous American inventor is credited with the light bulb? The answer is Thomas Edison. Here's an educational note: Edison held over 1,000 patents, but the light bulb was actually a collaborative innovation. Talk about bright ideas! What event is considered the start of the American Revolution? The battles of Lexington and Concord. Did you know? These iconic battles took place on April 19, 1775, and are often referred to as the shot heard around the world. What a historic moment. Who was the first president of the United States? George Washington. Fun fact: he was unanimously elected as president, a feat no one has achieved since. Which document proclaimed that all men are created equal? The Declaration of Independence. Educational note: this powerful idea sparked revolutions and movements around the world. Truly revolutionary. Who wrote the national anthem of the United States? Francis Scott Key. Did you know? He penned the anthem during the War of 1812, inspired by the Battle of Fort McHenry. Talk about turning history into music. What's the name of the iconic mountain sculpture in South Dakota? Mount Rushmore. Fun fact, it features George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Who was the first African American to play in Major League Baseball? Jackie Robinson. Educational note. In 1947, he broke the color barrier by joining the Brooklyn Dodgers, paving the way for future generations. Which U.S. president purchased the Louisiana Territory? Thomas Jefferson. Did you know the Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States, making it one of the most significant land deals in history? How many stars are on the U.S. flag? 50, 52, or 54? And the answer is 50. Did you know? Each star represents a state in the Union, symbolizing the unity of the nation. Who is on the $100 bill? Benjamin Franklin. Fun fact, Franklin, one of the founding fathers, appears on the largest denomination in regular circulation. What do Americans celebrate on February 14th? Independence Day, Valentine's Day, or Columbus Day? And the answer is Valentine's Day. Fun fact, over 58 million pounds of chocolate are sold during Valentine's Week. That's a lot of sweet treats. What is the tallest mountain in the United States? Denali, formerly Mount McKinley. Fun fact, Denali, located in Alaska, stands at a staggering 20,310 feet, the highest peak in North America. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, or the Pacific Ocean? And the answer is the Pacific Ocean. Did you know? It's the largest and deepest ocean in the world, covering over 63 million square miles. What is the national flower of the United States? Sunflower, rose, or lily? And the answer is the rose. Fun fact, the rose was named the national flower in 1986, symbolizing love and beauty across the nation. What is the largest city in the United States by population? Los Angeles, New York City, or Chicago? And the answer is New York City. Did you know? It's known as the Ocean State because of its extensive coastline, perfect for beach lovers. Which U.S. state is famous for its potatoes? Idaho, California, or Florida? And the answer is Idaho. Did you know? Idaho produces around 1/3 of all potatoes in the U.S. That's a lot of taters. What is the smallest U.S. state by population? Maryland, Ohio, or Wyoming? Answer is Wyoming. Fun fact, despite having the least population, Wyoming is one of the most scenic states with stunning landscapes and natural beauty. What is the tallest building in the United States? One World Trade Center. Did you know? Standing at 1,776 feet, it symbolizes the year of American independence, a towering tribute to freedom. And that's a wrap on today's trivia journey through American history and culture. How many questions did you get right? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fun and educational content. See you in the next one.